I always admired Muhammad Ali, and Steve Jobs I didn't know anything about except he was in charge of a company called Apple, a company that has never received a single dime of mine. But as soon as I decided to begin this project, uh, a quote from each of them crossed my path on my Flipboard app. I read them and thought that they could be used because they each contained a word very integral to my character. Muhammad Ali said, "He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life." Steve Jobs, having the courage to follow your heart and intuition. The two key words are risk and intuition. The title of my book speaks to them because it felt right. Prolonged thought and in depth research have almost never factored heavily into my decision making process. Choosing a grad school is the only time I can remember researching something as deeply as I did this since I was an undergrad. It always starts with intuition wanting to do something immediately. And why not? I mean, if it's a great idea, whatever it is, there's no fun in thinking too much about it. Like the time I quit my job without another one, had no money in the bank, and a mortgage to pay. But intuition knew it had to check with risk. He didn't like to do that because he trusted himself completely. And he and Risk were always on the same page. Intuition couldn't remember a time when he vetoed one of his ideas, when Risk vetoed one of Intuition's ideas. In fact, maybe it never happened. Anyway, just in case, he always consulted Risk. His role was to determine if my action would kill me, put me in jail, or put someone else in peril. If the answer was no to all three, then Risk would say to Intuition, "It's a go." Jobs mentioned having courage in his quote, but for me it was never about courage. I had it in spades, maybe because I was born with it, or because of my near death experience when I was 11 years old. I don't know. No, what I had to overcome was the noise, which Jobs mentioned in his Stanford speech, where this quote came from, directly before he said having courage. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice.